Peace and blessings. My name is Carlos Walker. This is Forward Progress. So today I have with me Lil Wack. Peace and blessings, sir. How you doing?
How y'all doing today?
So, if you will, share a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Who I am? I'm just
Yeah.
a regular person. That's best thing I can say. I'm just a regular person, man. Doing, enjoying life every day at a time. It'd be a little interruption. My wife just pulled in from work.
Okay, you all right.
Yeah. Uh, I'm just a person that's out here enjoying my life, man. Just taking it one day at a time. You know, being from where we was at one moment, we neglected and took advantage and mishandled the things we're supposed to enjoy in life.
Okay. I like the way you actually said that. It wasn't like it was a mistake. It was just mishandling of or being a not a good steward of what you possessed.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say it was a mistake because why? It made me who I am, and I'm cool with that. I like who I am. I have no problem with who I am.
I love that. So what we gonna do on forward progress? What we do, we go from past all the way up into your present, and then we allow people to see what your present really holds or who you have become. That person that you tell me that you just told me that you are grateful for becoming. As far back as when you was a young child and lead me up to, I guess, where you actually started to do your time, because you say you did how long in prison?
Oh, out here, I did it in Nevada. I just did 15 years.
Okay,
That's
so
in Nevada. Been in and out.
okay, so if you will take me back as far as you want to, and then to
Uh,
like who you were when you was young.
well, when I was young,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you clear.
Okay, I put my mic on. Uh, that's a good one because it's hard to figure out where to start at.
You can take me back as far as you want to.
Well, all my life is what I've been knowing. Growing up, as a child, we don't know but what we see and what we have around us. It wasn't in my place pointed about the streets, but when you leave out that house, you see everything. And my how you say my opening to the street was in elementary. Say around the elementary time. Uh, excuse me. It's when I had fun, friends, family, your friends that you grew up with all around, and their families connected to the crew, the group that's around that you see. And you think that's life that you're supposed to be part of because growing up, we emulate what we our environments. And I can say end of the fifth grade, beginning of the sixth grade, I started that journey, going down that path. And I had my ups and downs, but I didn't see no fault in it. I didn't see no how can I say, problem with it. It was life. It's what I saw on a day to day when I go outside. My first time in juvenile hall, I was going on 12. My two of my cousins and one of my homeboy and my older homegirl. We went to jail for breaking into the Pomona indoor swap meet back in '87. We were the first person to ever break into that swap. The only people to ever break into that swap. Uh, that was my first time ever going to jail. In and out, juvenile hall, juvenile hall. You know how it is. The up and downs, in and out. Proving myself, act like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do because I'm assuming that's what I'm supposed to do. the lane I'm choosing. At 15, I went to YA for carjacking. I did 4.5 years in YA, my first time. I got out going on 20. I'm in the streets. I'm being who I am at that moment in time. I'm living up to the name that I adapted to that was placed upon me. Because I'm the second one. There's one above me and there's two below me. And I don't have no regrets about my past. I love every bit about it. Some things I wish I could have went left instead of right. But it is what it is. Can't change it. It made me who I am right now. And the person I am, I appreciate it. You know, I did my little California stint, juvenile hall, YA, county prison. And then I ended up in Nevada. I still brought my mentality, my way of life, my movements out to this state from California. In 2004, I got arrested for multiple charges from trafficking, attempted murder, robberies, kidnapping. You know, they had me with for a bunch of charges. A lot of stuff they just hit me with because, hey, they couldn't prove it, but then they could. But I ended up with 12 years and 52 years. 12 to 52 years.
Hmm.
I did 15 years and 26 days off of a 52-year sentence instead of that.
So before you go too far, I want to ask you a question because I like to deal with the psychological parts of this. And it's when they handed you this sentence, this 12 to 52 years, what was running through your mind?
Woo! I dodged the bullet. I didn't get life.
Mm.
I was cool with it. I signed. I really would have took 20. Honestly, if they'd have came at me with 20, I probably would have took 20. Because I know what they had me for, the charges they had me for, and all the evidence they had against me. And if they really wanted to, they could have gave me all day. They could have
Mm.
gave me so much time on each one of them sentences and read them bow-legged, and I would have had a life sentence without having a life sentence.
Mm.
So when it came at me with the deal, it wasn't the deal I signed for, but what they gave me, I was cool with it. And I'll be truthful. And that's hard to say. Some people be like, what? Hold on. Because I know my first deal was 100 years on the bottom. My first deal was, dude, we can give you this 100. If you take it to trial, we're going to give you every day we can. We're going to run a consecutive. I'm like, what? Yeah. I'm like, shit, I guess that's what I'm going to go fight. But I'm not going to take no 100.
Not 100-year plea. Good God.
What? Oh, if I go to trial, oh, yeah, you got to give me that. You got to give me that. I'm not taking that. And I sat there and I played the ropes. I played the game that they play. And I ended up, like I said, I would have took 20, but I gave me 12 to 52. And I did 15 off of it.
Okay. So you in there. Share with me how your first few years was because depending upon who you talk to, some people they're still wild in the beginning.
Yeah,
Some,
I was wild.
yeah, some
I was
they
wild.
recognize, look, oh shit, I'm here. I better tighten up. How are you?
I was wild. I was, I still had California mentality. And then, too, I was mad because how I got caught. I got
Mm,
caught, and I should never. In my mind, I got away, but from people being scandalous and people on some other stuff, people not following the script, we got caught.
mm,
If people would have stuck to the script, we physically got away. Physically got away. Within 2 minutes, if I'd have left 2 minutes earlier, I was good. We didn't get caught at the scene. We got caught way away, trying to leave where we was at to go our own way. And I got caught.
Mm.
Uh, I was mad because of how I got caught and how I was in there because the people wasn't playing the game fair. They didn't play the game fair. They thought about self and they were selling me and my homeboy, one of my crime partners, out. So it was bad. It was ugly, you know. And they try to paint a picture of us because we're from California in another state and made it like we brought our California activities out here to their state, you know. They really try to wash us up. They really try to wash us up. So, like I said, the the time I got, I was cool with it because I knew what I could have and I should have got. And that's just true.
But at the same time, your first few years, you were mad,
I was bad acting. I was
still acting wild and everything.
I was my name. My name is Little Whack. I was my name. Really. I was my name. And that's how I was brought up. My name is who I am. You know, and when I took the name Little Whack, I took it as what it meant, and I had to be if I was going to have that name and have that name in good standings and have that name with respect behind it. So I did what I thought was protocol on my name, however it was, from juvenile hall, YA, streets, penitentiary. I felt I had to live up to my name. So when I came to jail out here, it was like people knew me from people knew me. Hold on, real quick, I'm trying to get myself together.
No,
They
take
knew
your
me
time.
from the streets. Some people knew me from other systems. Some people knew me from the county jail, but they knew me and how I conducted myself. So when I touched that yard, I already had a lightweight little, hold on, uh, resume that I had to live up to, which I was going to do anyway. But my first 7 years, half my sentence, I was a bad actor.
Mm. Explain some of that if you don't mind me asking.
Uh,
I said, explain, explain some of that if you don't mind me asking.
I came with a California mentality in a whole different state. I came with, I get down where I get mad at. I came with, this is not my backyard, so I'm going to be treated differently and I have to act accordingly. So I, I was Little Whack.
Mm.
If you was from my backyard, California, and you was from where you were from, you had to perform a certain way because we had a unwritten rule for being from California how we have to move as what we call a California car because it's not our backyard. We didn't accept everybody or take in any everybody that's from California because not everybody is uh, built for what we're built for. Because a lot of people that's from say they from California out here been out here since they was a kid and they only claim it because of their family members or they was met a person from California and was brought to a California lifestyle, but it ain't from California. And them
Mhm.
type of people I call residents because you're representing, you claiming it, but you pushing the line with me. You're a resident. I'm a native. I'm born and raised. I will look at it and respond differently when a person disrespect California. And I ain't just talking about certain cities. I'm just talking about the whole California. When you say California, you referring to me. So I came out here with a chip on my shoulder,
Mm.
with anger and aggression in my heart. And for about 7 years, I acted out.
Hmm.
Because I was only supposed to do 12. I caught an extra 5 years, but I got released on I got released 2 years early because of a law change.
Hmm. Thank God
So
for
I was
law.
supposed to be 17.
So, what was that point after the 7 years that struck you and made you say, "Hold up, I gotta tighten my stuff up"?
I was in their max. I got sent to their max. I got caught up in a racial riot in 2007, and they sent me to Nevada's max. It's called Ely at the time, and that's 23-1. The whole prison is 23-1. And while I was up there, still being me, I was in a hole. Well, I was myself, I'm in a hole, and I was in there by myself. My TV went out on me, and instead of me getting at my people to get me another TV, I used it to my advantage and took it as a get to know me moment. What I call, I sat down and I talked to my demons. I literally like soul searched. I went inside, I looked and I seen everything, and I seen what was at fault, and it was my character. It was my persona who I portrayed to be, little whack. And I was like, damn. For odd years, since I was 11, little whack been in play, and I was what 36 at the time. And I was like, damn, Lil Wack ain't been winning. Lil Wack been losing. Lil Wack been crashing his car. I'm up in here with I had 4.5 years in a hole. I had to do 4.5 years, 23-1,
Hmm.
because of Lil Wack's action. I'm like, damn. And I ain't even, I'm not even for sure how much time I'm physically finna do. I just know I have no less than 12, no more than 52 years. So I'm not for sure what I'm gonna do. And I'm up here acting up. I'm up here acting up. So I just sit there and really look back and I'm like, I don't want to die in here. I don't want to die in here. I don't have life. I can go home. I'm the reason why I'm still going to be here a little longer. I need to change this. I need to fix this because why? Right now, I still don't know how much I got to do. I just know I got to go see these parole boards every so odd years to see if they want to parole me to another sentence because I have 4 consecutive sentences that added up to 12 to 52 years. I had to do a 3, go to the parole board, try to go do another 3, try to go do another. Each time I go, every time I do 3 years, I got to go see a parole board, see if they want me to do 3 years. Because I pled guilty to 4, 3 to 13 running consecutive of each other. That's a 12 to 52 years. And I could do up to 9 years on all three to 13s.
Hmm.
So add that up. That's how much time I could have physically did off that 52. Damn near 40 years.
Hmm.
By me being a bad actor. By being up in there doing dumb stuff, I was up there participating in all activities. I was like this. If we get into it, we got options. Which one? Your choice. How you want to do this? I would all play. What you mean? You want to bring a knife to the plate? Let's bring a knife to the plate. Nigga, if you want to go head to head, let's go head to head. Nigga, if you want to bring a crew, I got a crew. I'm with all BS, all shenanigans. I'm with it. And that was my downfall. It was my plus, but my downfall because it kept me in it for longer. So I had to really sit there and look at that and think about that. I'm like, wow, I don't want to die in here. I don't want to die in here. So what I did was I let Damien, who I am, take control of this car and drive. And Damien drove for the next 8 years. but he drove like Lil Wack supposed to, but he drove it with common sense. He drove it
Mhm.
with leadership. He drove it with, I know what to do because why now, since I've been in here, I have a following of individuals that respect my movement, respect my word, and respect me. And how I move is how they're going to move. So I had to take in consideration. Now it's just not me no more. I have a crew. I have a crew that's willing to go if I go. So I can't jeopardize my crew for my actions, my emotions. So I had to reevaluate everything now since I have I want to use the right word, the responsibility now. Because it wasn't just my life. I had other people's lives in my hand. I had other people's lives hanging on to my word. So my movements had to be more as of a leader. Because I always had leadership skills. It just at the same time, I know my lane, I know my position. As being a leader, at the same time, I have to be a soldier.
Mhm.
And that's what made me a perfect leader because I am a soldier. The same thing I have you do, I will do. I would do it with you. So just the changing, the look, it made me put myself in evolve. Basically, I evolved, little wacky evolved.
So, being that you evolved, you decided to be a leader and lead the men towards what was some of these towards a better way of moving. What were some of the ways or some of the things that you chose to do to help them evolve? Because what I'm hearing you saying is not only did you just evolve, you did something with them as in the background of your mind to keep them from crashing out. What did you do? How did
I
you
can't,
work on you?
I had to take, I had to realize it's not just me. When I realized it wasn't just me, I had to go off my knowledge and at the same time take from the elders that was on that yard that I looked up to and take their teachings, take their movements, take their everything they did and utilize it in my form to make me to a better leader of what I have, what I control, what I not in control. I ain't gonna say control. I'm gonna say what I have behind me. Uh, it just I had to really think, weed out the bad and keep the good. I had to weed out the bad and keep the good. I still have to firm discipline, firm hand, but at the same time, I respected everybody that was with me. There was nobody beneath me. All my comrades was on the side of me. Never had nobody beneath me. All comrades stand on the side of me. And I treated everybody with respect until you showed me otherwise. As long as you showed me that you deserve it, I give it to you. You showed me, hey, you worthy of my loyalty, I'll give you my loyalty. But I expect the same from you. I'm not going to crash it. I promise you, I'm not going to crash it.
So you in there, you done did the 7, your for your next 8 years.
Uh,
How did you lead? But also I want to know, what did you do? Did you create any programs? How did you reshape the mind, not of just you, but of the people that you were moving with?
whatever it is, I had to work on me.
Mm.
At the same time, I worked on my people. I worked on my people, and I ain't talking about California. I'm just talking about people. Period. While I'm up in there, I am still a human. I am still a person. So my communication skills were sharpened better because I had to deal with people. I can't walk around angry. It's nobody's fault but my own. I put myself in. Nobody put me in here but me. Nobody.
You looked at the man in the mirror.
I had to look inside and step out the box and realize what the hell going on here. Man, this is not where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, I am supposed to be here because the action of my actions, yeah. But at the same time, I ain't got life and it's not where I'm supposed to be.
Mm.
I don't have life. So
So you said that how many times did you go for parole before you actually received it?
3 times.
Because I know you said you could have probably possibly got out at the 12 mark, but you racked up some more time. I'm
No, I wouldn't have
assuming.
got out the 12 mark. Because Nevada, their law is different.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a bottom number, but the parole board out here, their practice, their teaching, don't nobody ever get their first parole, period.
Mm.
I had 4 consecutive sentences.
Yeah.
What I mean by consecutive is I had all 4 sentences running wild of each other.
Hmm.
I had to
As
do
you
one
said, bow legged.
all after the other. So I had to go to a parole board for one. Remember, I got a 3 to 13
Hmm.
4 times. So I go see you at 3. I'm trying to parole. It's up to you if you want me to parole to start another 3. If not, you still want me to stay and do some more off this 13.
Mm.
So they made me clean up my first 13. And then when I went to my next 3, start 3 to 13, a law passed and they took away the consecutive and made it all run at
Concurrent.
one time, like it's one big number, not one small number. It automatically rolls into each other.
Okay.
So every time I did 3, it flips over to the other 3 now instead of me
Okay.
going to the parole board. But I will still have to go at the end at the end of my sentence, the last
That would have
3.
been that would have been your 12. You'd have to do
No,
all.
that would have been my 17 because remember I told you they made me clean up the first
Yeah.
3.
Ah.
It would have been 17. But another law passed, and when that law passed, it told them they had to recalculate my sentence because the law passed. And when they recalculated my sentence, they had to let me out. Instead of doing the 17, they cut me off in 1 year and 11 months.
Okay. So you found out that well, when the laws came and they changed, what was running through your mind when they recalculated your time? You find out that your time about to change. How did you feel then?
No way, because my mind frame always stayed on one thing. You piss me off, I'll turn this into a life sentence. And that was for anybody. Inmate, CO. I am still a man. If you take me to a point I have to go there, my mentality is I'm fighting for survival. I'm not fighting for sport. I'm not fighting for pay. I'm fighting for survival. So my object of the game is I'm trying to kill you because you're trying to kill me. You might not be trying to kill me, but my
But
mind is telling me this is what you're trying to do to me. So I'm trying to do that to you. So I could turn this sentence I have into a life sentence if I'm provoked. And I always kept that in my mind, no matter what. I, yeah, I have a chance to go home, but at the same time, it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. I know people that weeks to the house die health wise, or weeks to the house die because something happened and they got caught up in the middle of something.
Mm.
Months, you know, died, caught a life sentence, caught 10, 20 more years onto their sentence. And long as I had that in my head, I always move the best way I can because I know if I allow you and I'm trying not to allow you, so I'm going to prevent it the best way I can. So if a person is a little agitated and I know it ain't me, it's you, I'll try to, hey, dude, really, it's you. Let it go. It's not where you want to take it. And if I feel you're not trying to take the heed that I'm giving you, because I'm giving you fair warning, let it go. Because if you're trying to take me there, I'm going to go there. If I go there, I'm going with, I'm trying to kill
It's
you.
all out.
I'm throwing everything to the wall because why? I'm jeopardizing everything for what you wanted me to do to you or what you're trying to do to me. So I'm going to make it worth it. I'm going to make it count. So when I do catch this, whatever happens, I won't have no remorse of what I did because why? I gave you the opportunity. And if you didn't take it, I go there. And it's a bad thing to be like that because it takes away my choice when I should have a choice. But at the same time, in that environment, in that area, and me being who I am in the way I move, I can't allow no tick in the armor. So I
Mm.
have to move accordingly.
So when that day finally came, what was on your mind?
When I got the chance, and it was a real opportunity for me to go home, my homeboys, my comrades stepped up and all told me to go home. They're like, "Whack, go home. You paid your dues. You did your right. You walked these yards, your head held high, 10 toes down with your name in good standings. Go home. We ain't gonna allow nothing to happen to you. Because if anybody get into it with me, they're gonna take all bullshit off my shoulders. They would love for me to go home. They say I deserve it because I paid my due. And that right there was a big thing to me to see these guys do that for me. And tell me, if you get into it, anybody in here, we gonna smash. You putting your life on line for me. That lets me know I still have to do what I have to do because I don't want you to sacrifice yourself. So I made sure I did the rest of my time accordingly. Because I didn't need my comrades to jeopardize their life because an idiot want to test me and stop me from going where I want to go. So a lot of that takes in consideration. A lot of me seeing niggas look up to me and niggas telling me how my movements is what they see and they giving me, like they say, my flowers throughout my time and made me evolve.
Mm. It was the love of the men that you had called brothers and comrades that also helped push you forward.
Yeah, no matter what they did in life, how the society look at them, the way people see them, I saw that good in them. I see the real in them. And to this day, I still communicate with a bunch of them. To this day, I still get calls from these yards that I did in Nevada. I get calls from all yards, California, the feds, Georgia State, uh, Arizona State. I got people calling me from Florida State, all my comrades. They may have got caught up with somewhere else, and they still have my number. 'Cause when I went home, I gave them my number. Call me, so I get calls from all my comrades still to this day. If something happened, I get calls and let me know what goes on. If there's a situation that goes on, I tell the homie I still can do what I can with my mouth, my communications. The niggas out here that still have their hands and their ears to that yard. Even though I'm not there, I'm still there.
Hmm. You left your presence.
I left my presence.
So this is the best part. How long you been home now?
Okay, today is June. I've been home 6 years, 5 months, and what's that, 17,
Yeah, 18.
18? Uh, I got out on the 21st of February, and I'm off 3 days off of 6 months. No, 3 days off of uh, uh, 6 years and 4 months.
So since you've been home, share who you have become and the things that you have done community wise, some of the accolades people have seen and that we come to know about you. I mean, I seen you on Instagram. This is how I come to know you.
I'm I'm trying to get to know me.
And I do want to tell you something. You ain't regular either, so I don't even want to ever hear you say that again. You ain't a regular guy.
I am.
If you look to you,
Man,
you
because
are. To everybody
I put
else,
my
you
pants
ain't regular.
on just like everybody else, one leg at a time, man. I go through the same struggle. I understand what it feels like to have too much of nothing and to have a whole bunch of something.
Mm-hmm.
I get it to where when your back's against the wall, when you're down and nobody can hear you screaming and crying in your own head, I am still an individual, man. It just everybody see me as uh, a person that's enjoying life, a
Mm-hmm.
person that's happy every day, man. It's like even in jail, when I realized what I was becoming and how I need to move and how I need to see things, I told myself, I'm not gonna wake up mad or angry. No, I don't see what everybody sees.
There's a saying that I learned. They say a butterfly only has it has 12,000 eyes. Guess what? It can't see
What?
itself. Look,
Okay.
when I tell you you are a butterfly now, you've been telling me the whole time you did what? Evolved, right?
Yep.
So that means you done went from caterpillar stage to butterfly.
Yep.
You didn't had cocoon. Look, and butterflies ain't regular. Would you agree?
Yeah. There's no two alike.
So guess what? Neither are you. What I need you to understand, look at it from my standpoint. I got to I met a man through Instagram that had changed who he used to be to become something for his comrades. That's what you just shared with me. A better individual, not just for you, but for everybody else. That's not regular. When you
Uh,
decide to do something to yes, look at who you were in the mirror and then become something greater for the cause of others, you ain't regular, bro. I understand what you see, because this just you. But from me to you, I applaud you. I commend you for becoming that because as we all know, everybody don't do this. You actually took your leadership role to a different standard. And that means a lot to me, but to everybody who all them comrades that you just spoke about that contact you even now, they appreciate it. So from one brother to another, man, look, hey, I appreciate who you have become. Now, back to what with the question, share some of the stuff that you have accomplished since you've been home. Because I need people to understand you can be one thing in the beginning, but you become a whole different thing when you work on yourself. That's what forward progress is about.
I'm still moving forward because, like, right when I found out I was coming home, when they told me we're gonna parole you, I had like 6 months before they released me. No, 4 months. And I sat in my cell and I told myself I have to change. I can't go out to the streets with my likes, dislikes, wants, and don't wants because that's all change. I don't know what I like or dislike or want or don't want. Because if I say I do, I'm putting myself back into a
A
frozen
bubble.
time. I'm going backwards, not forward. I have to figure out me before I figure out anything in life because I thought I knew me, but that
Mm.
was a persona, an
You knew that
identity
version.
made, I manifest. And I didn't know me because I was a kid. I was a child. Because I said a child don't know nothing. They have to grow and to learn. I
Come
didn't
on
grow
now.
and learn nothing. I jumped into adulthood. I jumped into a lifestyle that was not designed for a child.
Come on.
I moved like a person of war. I'm not supposed to. I wasn't supposed to design to live like that. I was supposed to design to understand the meaning of a child.
Hmm.
What I like, dislike, don't want, and want. I did. I took on a persona that was not mine. And I gravitated and I manifested it and I made it me for a long period. A long period. And when I figured it out and I said, hey, Damien, Lil Wax can still survive and live, but he can't drive this car no more.
Mm.
He's been tearing his car up. His car got all kind of wrecks and things, all kinds. You need to drive. So now we got to figure out what we like and dislike and what we don't want. So to this moment, I'm still figuring that out. That's why I say I don't see what everybody see. I got people telling me, hey, you viral, you go viral. And I'm like, I don't see what y'all see. I don't get it because this wasn't what I would use this platform for.
Mm-mm.
My intention was never to be in this position. I never tried to get to where I was. This was like, I never perceived this. And that's probably the good part about it because it was like I say, I stumbled upon this. A lot of people don't get it. I came home to two pair of shoes my brother bought me. And I still had them two pair to this day. And I wear them too. And them two still looks good to this day. You
I can
couldn't tell the
believe that.
shoes was over 6 years old. But I didn't have nothing. Literally. I had what my family was able to give me when I came home. And I just happened to accumulate so much.
How
My
many pair of
wife,
shoes you got now?
I would lie and tell you an exact number. If I give an exact number, I will say I will say three, about 350 or over 350.
if
Shoes,
you ever
slides, hard bottoms, dress
if you
shoes,
ever get a
hard bottoms.
chance, I need you to take a picture of all these shoes for me. I do need to.
Really, it's you know how hard that is, man.
No, I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure you got them like in a room somewhere. You got to
I
just
got
take a picture of the room.
that. It's covered with clothes. I got so much. I got clothes all over. I got shoes. I got clothes I've been having for 4 or 5 years. I never wore with the tag still on because it's like you know, Lil Wax shoe game was never meant to be. It was just Lil Wax shoe game.
It's crazy.
I want y'all to see, and it wasn't y'all to see. I just started saying Lil Wax shoe game challenge. You know, it wasn't a challenge to nobody. It was just I'm challenging myself to see how
Mm.
long I can go before I have to repeat a pair of shoes.
What does
Because I
SS
always
mean?
told them, hold on, hold on. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
Okay,
can hear
make
you.
sure I had a call coming.
What does SS mean?
Oh, okay. It stands for South Side.
Okay.
It's my hood. My hood is I'm on the south side of this crib.
Okay.
SSS is me and my homies Hawaiian way of saying hello, goodbye. Like when they say aloha,
I got
hello, goodbye. Every hood has a way of greeting their homies
you. And that's how
in
y'all
their
do it.
hood. And they say a certain word. And that word is their hello and their goodbye. And me and my hood, we have doubles. That was our original saying. That's two S's. We'll put doubles with the two S's at the end of it. That's us. And S, S's, just saying S, it's the abbreviation, growing up, how they teach you how to pronounce your letters.
Hmm.
When you go A, you go E EA. You put that lowercase, you put the lowercase e's on the side, and you put the actual letter in the middle that you're trying to pronounce.
Yes.
That's where the S's come from.
Okay.
It's still me and my homies saying South Side to one another. We're we're our hellos and goodbye.
It's your greetings.
And I always have said that. And I said to anybody, and with no disrespect, because that's my lingo, that's my word. When I say hello and goodbye, it's S's. S's. No disrespect, nobody. And when I say hello to y'all, to the world, I always say S's. So S's. Now, from the prison yard to the backyard, that just came out of nowhere, referring to I was in that prison yard. Now I'm in my backyard.
Come on now.
You know, that's all that means. And that really goes to my a workout. I have my weight set, so I go from the prison yard workout to my backyard workout. I go from everything I do. I went from that prison yard to my backyard. I ain't in jail no more. I'm in my yard.
This is what I learned about California. California different. Now, everybody that comes home from prison well, not everybody. Most people fall off doing workout. What I can give to California, everybody, at least every picture I've ever seen about backyards or front yards,
Got to wait
y'all
out.
have a weight pile. I don't know what created this whole movement, but y'all have a movement out there working out in the whole nine with weight piles. Y'all start y'all's kids off with weights. It's something different.
It comes from that prison. It comes from that. A lot of prison structure goes to the prison. A lot of street structure go to prison, but a lot of prison structure goes to the street yards. A big portion of it, we still live off that prison structure because that prison structure is good structure. Like being in an army, we used to always say back in the days as a joke, jail's like the army. Be all you can be.
No, it is the army.
Person can go
If
up there
you
and be a good soldier, or you can go up there and be a joke.
look, you got to work out. For those who know, they know. Look, and to me, I still use a lot of the structure that I learned from in there, which is working out. Even to my eating habit, I done learned to cut out a bunch of bull crap and get back on a different structure. I draw, so I do a bunch of art. I did most of my art sitting in there by
Yeah.
routine. I still keep the same routine. And what I learned is that it's not, we call it institutionalization.
Uh,
If you take the good habits that you had, sort of like I heard you say earlier, if you take those good habits, get rid of the bad habits, what happens is out here, you are successful. You're successful because of the fact that you learn how to maneuver and use your, oh shoot. So, like I was saying, yo, our habits, us doing the things that we used to do, if you learn to just use those good habits, you you figured out how to use the best of your discipline, and you use it now. You're successful because you were disciplined. The reason why people are looking at you right now is because you were disciplined. And for me, I commend anybody who come out and become success. Ain't just being seen. It ain't about having a lot of money to me. You've been home for 6 years. That's success. You got married. I don't know if you was married before, but you
my wife passed on me while I was in there. My first wife.
look, guess what? You're out and you're with a new wife, and you're making your life what it is. The biggest
Like I
part,
say, the change. But I'm
yes,
liking, disliking what I want and don't want.
the biggest part, you have you have chosen to be the best version of you, and you are enjoying your life. I don't know if you believe in God or not, but I'm watching God take you to different heights now. All I can say is, hey, I commend you, bro. That's
Thank you.
from one soldier to the next soldier, man. Look, and I want to make sure that people see people like yourself. because they need to see it. They need to see it just like Kobe seen Jordan. Kobe wouldn't have been Jordan. I mean, wouldn't have been Kobe if it wasn't for Jordan. What he got to do, he got to watch what greatness looks like and then copy that and add on to it. And Kobe became, yes, better because Jordan had quit. But he got to watch what greatness was. And this is what, for me, watching people like you, watching people like the other 67 people that I've interviewed, this is what I feel that people in prison need to see, but people out here need to see to understand that they too can become the greatness that we have become. Because we just had to go into our, as you said, into ourselves and understand who we were. But when we did, life evolved.
I would say this for a person. I ain't gonna say a person. I want to say the right word. I want to say it right, but I'm gonna say it like this: a person that been in the lifestyle we live, been in that environment. If you was to just take an hour out your life, out your day, when things are not going, it don't have to be a full hour. It could be more. Put yourself back in that environment that gave you a peace of mind. I hate to say it like that. Go sit in that bathroom.
Go sit in that bathroom.
Because if you've been to jail, you know that's a bathroom.
That's all it is.
It's a big bathroom
With bunk beds.
with a bunk bed. It's a big bathroom. Go sit up in there and get your mind right. Because I don't mind mentally putting myself in a cell to get my mind right to say, no, something, you're tripping. You're tripping. That's my reality check. I go back, I put myself back in there because, like I say, I was in they max for 4.5 years. And that's where my clarity came into. I'm
23
sitting there
and 1.
doing 23 and 1, 23 and 1, like, damn, I don't know if this gonna end.
It's like a bad dream one day over and over again.
Oh, like, wow, okay, all right. Groundhog Day. I really believe it. It's true. Groundhog Day. I am repeating this day over and over. And I'm listening to these dudes outside yell, scream, ah, and I'm listening to it, and I'm watching death. And I'm like, this is not life. I got a chance. I'm gonna try to make it. If I make it, I'm gonna do everything I can because it's like this. Think of this. And I want you to look at this. A person on the streets do everything against the law, everything you can to go to jail. They go to jail. They don't do break no law, do no
None.
drugs. They go to work, go to church. They do everything they can to get out. As soon as they get out, they do everything they can to come back. And then then you looking at that person like this, like, dude, you was only out for 6 months. How long you was in the county? Oh, I was in the county jail for 4 months. And you got to do 4 months in the county. And then you talk about you did the fish tank. That's another 30. So you telling me you physically did 30 days on the streets? You couldn't stay out of trouble for 30 days. You stayed out of trouble 30 days. You went to the hole and stayed out of trouble for 9 months to a year. I mean, 90 days to a year to get out the hole. You don't do nothing in the hole. You do everything you can to get out of jail to come back to this month. That's crazy. I had a dude tell me, I seen him. When I came to prison, I met him. I seen the dude, okay, well, I seen him like 8 years later. I ran into him. I'm like, what's up, dude? Woo? He's like, yeah, man. I said, you still in here, right? I'm thinking he's still in here. I got 10 in. And he like, nah, man, I've been out twice. Been out twice. He said, yeah, man, I got out whoop de whoop, man. And I came back and then I did this amount of time and I got out whoop de whoop. I'm like, hold on. Each time this dude told me he got out, he was only out for like 2, 3 months. And I'm like, and he came back for like a year or two, year and a half, too. And he was like, yeah, man, it's hard out there, man. You got to pay bills. You got this. I mean, I'm like, nigga, I can't wait to pay a bill. I would love to pay a bill. I would love to pay a bill. I would love to go pay rent, lights, water, car notes, gas bill. I wanted to go pay every bill and stay broke to get it.
Look,
You told me it was hard out there. You didn't want to be responsible in life. You rather come up here, and this is what I call it, a dependent.
come on.
You're dependent. You talk about you a man. You came up in here, you begging for money. You a vagabond or a dependent.
How much do y'all get paid in California?
In California, you get pennies.
No, it's pennies everywhere then. Cause look, it's the same thing in federal prison. I think the highest was like 45 cents, unless you was in Unicor, which Unicor you can make a couple $100 still pennies.
Yeah, that was like if you regular job, uh kitchen workers, like the highest was like $55 a month,
Yeah.
but they made you
They,
pay room and board.
oh no,
Oh yeah,
y'all pay room and board.
with you get money sent in, they take out room and board and restitution.
This is
You
in the
pay for all
prison.
three. So after your $55, you might end up with 32, 30 and some change a month.
They
And,
dragging.
and I promise you, this motherfucker gonna live off that, survive off that.
Look,
And
to
you
be
rather
able,
live and survive off pennies in prison instead of go live and survive and be comfortable off hundreds on the street.
man, off hundreds. Look, so
That opened
before
my
we
third
leave,
eye.
huh?
I was watching these brothers come in and out, revolving doors, getting out. And they glorified 4 or 5 months on the streets to do 2, 3 years. And I'm like, this is the life I was living. This is what I want to do. Continue doing. My third eye opened up, man. I've been this is as long as I ever been out of my life since I ever started going to jail. As long as I ever did in my life. And I've been going to jail since I was going on 12. And I never stayed out of jail this long in my life.
Man, I applaud you. Look, when I tell you this, I mean this
No,
from the
hell,
from the bottom and top of my heart. Look, I applaud you. This is huge, man. Look,
man.
before
But
before
like I
we
said,
go, I want you to
I
do
want to
two
say
things.
something. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
No, because I remember we was on the subject about what I gave back. I haven't gave back nothing because I'm still trying to give myself right. Can't give back to I was all I can give back like is my conversation, my advice. When I see people doing something, I try to hey man, like today, I went to go see my parole office and I saw a busload of people coming home. And I said, hey man, welcome home, man. And they were like, man, thank you, man. Thank you. I needed that. I said, yeah, man, welcome home, man. It's gonna be hard, but at the same time, man, it's a fight. Don't give up that fight, man. It's beautiful out here. Just remember where you went to. Whenever you think it's hard, remember where you were just at. And remember, you don't want to go there, man. It's beautiful out here. I don't care how hard it is for you. It's beautiful out here. So what I give back is my knowledge. That's what I can give back at this moment. And a little bit of encouragement, like, man, it's worth it. It's
it's
worth
worth
it.
whether you know it or not. That's more than most people.
And they said that brother told me, man, thank you, man. I needed that. Like he was having a little struggles, like, wow, I was gonna be out here. I'm like, man, it's gonna be hard, but at the same time, don't give it in, man. It's worth it to stay out here. It ain't worth it going back in there. It's easy to go in.
It's easy. Look,
Easy to go in.
look. If you can control your, I learned this. If you can control your emotions, this becomes easy.
Yeah,
We done been a place where we had to learn to control emotions. If you do, because it can be detrimental in there. But if you do it out here, is 10 times better. So
I
before
love
we
it.
go, I want you to give me a word of wisdom for the people. And then I do got to get you to hit your signature which we call
Finish
it before
saying,
you leave.
my fingers saying,
Yeah, I got to get you to do it.
it's up to you. Every day it starts and ends with you. If you allow somebody to take your joy, you allow that. That's on you. It's up to you if you were going to allow your day Start right, end right, start miserable, end miserable. Every day is a new day. The past is the past. You can't change it. You can't fix it. You can't erase it. All you can do is look forward and make sure your future every day is a new day. Make sure that day is a beautiful day for you. Don't allow nobody to take your sunshine and your joy away. And if it seems like they is, walk away. Because why? You can have a better life without chaos and mayhem. And I don't care who it is. Chaos and mayhem is not meant to be in your life. You do not deserve that. You deserve to smile every day. You deserve to be happy every day. You deserve to wake up and have birds and butterflies singing and chirping every day.
Every day.
And my wife be saying, I don't know how you do it. I said, what? She said, you wake up cheerfully, smiling like, oh. I said, I know where I was just at. I know how my day can wake up. I know how I can wake up. It can wake up bad. I know, and I look at my comrades that ain't coming home. I look at my comrades that ain't here. They're not waking up. I still have that choice, that chance, that motion, that movement, that opportunity. Why not enjoy it? I made it. I beat the statistics. I beat all odds that was against me. I made it. So why not be happy?
Why not?
Because I was doing everything I can to either get life in jail or get murdered. And I beat every one of them. And I'm here every day, breathing, free, happy, every day. So I can smile.
Give him the signature, your signature saying.
S is y'all see the love. Don't be scared to throw a rock at it. Look, why? From the prison yard to the backyard. Love gonna always be there, gonna always style and profile. And you gonna see me every day on y'all phone. Boy, I'm better than the news. I promise you, I'm better than the news. Not for let me stop. Good stop.
Look, I love it. Look, my name is Carlos Walker. This is Forward Progress, and this is Lil Whack.
How y'all doing?
Peace and
We
blessings.
all say.